All right, let's get right into it. Today we're going to tackle a huge question that sits at the very heart of Islamic spirituality. Who, exactly, are the members of the Prophet's family, the Al-Bayt?
Now, you might remember from our last discussion, we talked about this beautiful idea that anyone, and I mean anyone, can spiritually join this blessed family. It's all about love and service. The invitation is open to every single believer.
Okay, but that begs the question, right? If we're all invited to join this family, who is the core? Who is that blessed family at the very center of all that love we're supposed to have? Well, to figure that out, we've got to go straight to the source.
And when we say the source, we're not talking about someone's opinion or a historical text. We're talking about the highest divine source. The answer begins with a single, incredibly powerful verse from the Quran.
So our first stop on this journey is that Quranic foundation itself. It's known as the verse of purification.
Just listen to how direct this is. It says, "Indeed, Allah only desires to remove all impurity from you, O people of the house, and to purify you completely." Wow. I mean, that's not a suggestion, is it? It's a divine declaration of their unique status. It's God saying, you are pure. This is what sets them apart from everyone else.
Okay, so the Quran tells us what they are. They're pure. But it doesn't list their names. So the next logical question is, who are they? Well, for that, we look to the Prophet himself. He didn't just leave it up to guesswork. He showed us in a very clear physical way.
You see, there was this incredibly famous moment, an event that is just so significant. He physically gathered a very specific group of his family members and brought them together under his cloak. It was his way of pointing and saying, these are the ones, this is the inner core.
And here they are. This is really the heart of it all. These 5 are known as the Ahl el-Kika, which literally means the people of the cloak. You have the Prophet Muhammad himself, of course, then his beloved cousin and son-in-law, Ali, his incredible daughter, Fatima, and his 2 grandsons, Hassan and Hussein. This is the bullseye, the innermost circle.
So now we know who, but that just leads to the next big question. Why? Why this specific group? What's their job, their ongoing role, especially after the Prophet was no longer physically with us? And that brings us to the whole concept of their spiritual authority.
And again, the Prophet gave us the answer himself. In this incredibly famous hadith, the hadith of the 2 weighty things, he said, I leave behind 2 weighty things. Just pause on that word, weighty, heavy, important. The book of Allah and my family, they will never separate. That's huge. They will never separate. The implications of this are just massive.
So you see what he's saying? It's this unbreakable link. You've got the Quran, the divine, written revelation on one hand, and on the other you have his family, the Ahlul Bayt, as its living, breathing interpretation. The Hadith is telling us they are these 2 parallel tracks of guidance. It's like a spiritual double helix, you know? They're woven together to make sure we, the community, don't get lost.
And if that wasn't clear enough, he gives us another amazing metaphor to really drive the point home. He said, I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is its gate.
Just think about that for a second. A city is full of treasures, right? Full of knowledge, but you can't just climb over the walls wherever you feel like it. You have to go through the proper gate. The Prophet is that city of guidance, and he's telling us, loud and clear, that the entry point, the gate, is his house, with Ali standing right there. It's such a clear statement about how to access his wisdom.
Okay, so we've established the core, those 5 people of the cloak, but the story doesn't end there. The definition of the family actually expands outwards from that core in these beautiful, inclusive layers. So let's zoom out a bit and look at the family's full circle to get the complete picture. A great way to think about this is like concentric circles of love and reverence. Right at the very center, the absolute core, you have the 5 people of the cloak. Then, in the next ring out, you have the esteemed wives of the Prophet. I mean, they are the mothers of the believers, and they were absolutely vital for preserving his teachings. Moving out another layer, you have his noble descendants, the Dhurriyyah, who carry that prophetic light forward through the generations. And then in that outer ring, you've got the honored companions, like the rightly guided caliphs, the ones who stood by, protected, and championed this family and their message. See how it all fits together? It creates this complete, beautiful vision of the blessed household.
So, what's the glue that holds all these circles together? What's the energy binding this whole spiritual constellation? It's actually really simple but so profound. It's love. Love is the key.
And this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. The Prophet made it incredibly real. He said to Ali directly, "None will love you except a believer, and none will hate you except a hypocrite." Whoa, think about that. He's basically saying that love for his family isn't just a nice to have, it's a litmus test for your faith.
So what does this all mean for us? It means that this love, it's a sign of real, true belief, what we call iman. It's like a shield that protects you from hypocrisy. And ultimately, it's the path. It's the way we connect to the spiritual light of this family. And through them, we connect to the Prophet himself.
Okay, let's put it all together then. What we have now is a complete spiritual roadmap. We've talked about how to belong through love, loyalty, and service. And today we've defined who to love, that core 5, Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, and Hussein. And that beautiful wider circle around them, including their descendants, the Prophet's noble wives, and all the righteous companions.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to really chew on. If this family is the gate to the Prophet's knowledge, if they are the living, breathing interpretation of the Quran, what does that actually mean for you and me today, in our own lives, when we're trying to find guidance,